It wasn't until he saw his girlfriend put on her wedding dress, get into the wedding car, and away, that the man realized the woman he had loved for 3 years had become someone else's bride. After his girlfriend left, his legs gave out and he fell to his knees uncontrollably. He immediately reverted to the man whose legs had been disabled 3 years earlier, but all of this was his own fault. 3 years ago the woman had happened upon a man with paralyzed legs. Just as she didn't know how to save him, the system suddenly gave her two choices. If the woman romanced the man, his legs would be healed. To save him, the woman agreed. During the years she spent romancing him, she gradually fell in love with him. She thought they would live happily ever after, until one day she overheard that the adopted daughter was actually her boyfriend's first love, and the person her boyfriend had loved from the beginning had always been the adopted daughter. The reason he had deliberately concealed his wealthy heir identity to get close to her was only to make the first love jealous, hoping that after the first love's jealousy she would return to his side. Only then did the woman realize that she had merely been a pawn on her boyfriend's chessboard. Her heart shattered into pieces. She immediately instructed the system to terminate the romance mission with the man, and revoked the healed legs she had given him 3 years ago, transferring them instead to the comatose young master who was about to be married. This revived the young master who had been unconscious for a year, which, at least, was more worthwhile than helping the scumbag. After receiving the program to change the target, the system said it would complete the transfer within 24 hours. Back at home, the adopted daughter intentionally shoved the woman to stir up trouble. The boyfriend stormed in a rage and shouted at the adopted daughter for standing up for the woman. If the woman hadn't already heard the truth, she might still be deceived by her boyfriend's false devotion, so she coldly said she was tired and would go back to her room to rest. At that moment the man also sensed a change in her. In the past the woman had seemed happy when he protected her. Guilt-ridden, the man came forward and feigned concern for her, asking if she had experienced something upsetting today. The woman answered that she had simply seen a disgusting person and felt uncomfortable. When they arrived at Grandma's banquet, the boyfriend still wanted the woman to support him as they walked in, but she ignored him and turned to enter the banquet hall. Thinking back to the times they had attended banquets together, the woman had once wanted to be with him every second. Only then did the man feel that something was amiss. Inside the banquet hall he saw everyone siding with the adopted daughter. Grandma was even going to give the family's heirloom bracelet to the adopted daughter. The boyfriend immediately spoke up to stop it, saying the woman was their real daughter, and that the adopted daughter, because of her status, was not even qualified to receive the bracelet. The woman still thought the boyfriend was standing up for her, but in truth his purpose was to use her name to force the adopted daughter to back down. When he said those words he didn't care at all about the woman's feelings. At that moment the system popped up a message that the seduction target had been successfully changed to the substitute marriage candidate. Only then did the woman finally break free from her boyfriend and her family's control. To vent her anger, the woman planned to publicly humiliate the adopted daughter in front of the man. To take the bracelet back from the adopted daughter, she decided to challenge her to a contest. Each would put an item up as a bet, and whoever offered the higher price would keep the bracelet. In public the woman said the adopted daughter's assets were all provided by her parents and brother, while what the woman put forward were her scholarships and patent contracts, things she had earned herself. She even said she could put up more. Just as the woman thought she would win, the boyfriend, who had been hiding his background, used his CEO status to give the adopted daughter $1.5 billion, crushing the woman mercilessly in front of everyone. The boyfriend then put on a show, claiming he was only an ordinary man, and had no ability to help the woman get her revenge. The woman angrily scolded him, saying, "You're the one I pulled back from the brink. I expect you to know who you are." At that moment the chandelier suddenly fell. The boyfriend shoved the adopted daughter under the chandelier to save her. Even while the woman was injured, they didn't stop. They were intimate together in her hospital room. Outraged, the woman immediately slapped the boyfriend. Just after leaving the hospital, the woman encountered a gang of thugs, who had been arranged by the man to avenge the adopted daughter. He had deliberately ordered the thugs to humiliate the woman, threatening that she must kneel and apologize to the adopted daughter, or the thugs would break her boyfriend's legs. Assuming the woman would be unwilling to have her boyfriend's legs broken, they expected her to comply, but the woman said, "Then break his legs."